live from the National News Studio, Sri Lanka.
Hello there, good evening. Welcome to the National News broadcast. Joining you live from the National News Studio, I am Lakshita Edirisingha.
And I'm Hishain Ali. Let's have a look at the headlines first.
Advanced level Tamil medium paper marking commences. Today is the 4-year remembrance of the Easter Sunday attack. Commemorations in several parts of the country. A special security program surrounding Islamic religious establishments. President says the economic management policy draft will be completed in the next month. SpaceX Starship rocket explodes after launch. We start off by taking a look at the local news. The examinations department says that the preliminary marking of the advanced level Tamil medium answer scripts has commenced today.
And accordingly, the process of confirming the control answer script marking procedure regarding several subjects is currently underway. Commissioner General of Examinations HJMC Amit Jayasundara mentioned that the paper marking activities have been started in relation to the subjects of Hinduism, Christianity, Hindu civilization, Bharat dancing, Oriental music, Carnatic music, Western music, art, drama and theatre and Hindi. The work will be done at the answer script marking centres in the cities of Jaffna, Colombo, Batticaloa, Gampaha, Kalatura and Kurunegala, the Commissioner General of Examinations said. He further said that sufficient applications have been received to commence the work of marking the answer scripts in relation to other subjects including Sinhala and English medium. He added that they are currently discussing with the relevant parties about the implementation of the work.
Today marks the 4-year remembrance of the Easter Sunday attack, which revived the fears of terrorism among people. 269 persons were killed in the bombings carried out in 8 locations, including 3 churches and 3 luxury hotels. Bombs were blasted at the Catholic churches of St. Anthony's Kochikade, St. Sebastian Katuapitiya and Zion Batticaloa during morning services on the Easter Sunday, regarded as a sacred day of the Catholics. In addition, suicide terrorist bomb attacks were carried out in luxury hotels of Shangri-La, Kingsbury and Cinnamon Grand, terrorizing the entire Colombo city. The extremist terrorists had targeted locals and foreigners who were enjoying their breakfast. 46 foreign nationals from 14 countries were among the victims of 269 persons killed in the series of attacks. Nearly 500 persons were injured. Out of the 45 persons killed in the blast at the Zion Church in Batticaloa were 14 children. At the Shangri-La Hotel premises, 2 suicide bombers had detonated their explosives devices. In each of the other locations, only a single bomb was blasted. One of the bombers, who was unable to fulfill his target, had blown up himself at a lodge near the Devala Zoological Gardens. Another bomb explosion took place during a raid conducted by the security divisions, including the Mahavila Gardens police station in Dematagoda. 2 police officials were killed in this accident. Subsequent investigations had revealed that the house subject to a bomb explosion on this occasion belonged to a business family which aided the terrorist acts by investing large sums of money. It had also been revealed that 2 of the suicide bombers were the sons of the businessman of that residence. The Supreme Court decided on the 12th of January that even though sufficient information had been received over the Easter Sunday attack, adequate measures had not been taken to prevent the incident. Therefore, the Supreme Court judge bench decided that the fundamental rights of the petitioners had been violated due to this failure. Accordingly, the Supreme Court ordered former President Maithripala Sirisena to pay a sum of 100 million rupees as compensation. Former IGP Pujit Jayasundara and former Head of Intelligence Service Nilantha Jayawardena were ordered to pay a sum of 75 million rupees as compensation each. Former Defence Secretary Hemsiri Fernando was ordered to pay a compensation worth 50 million rupees. Former National Intelligence Head Sisira Mendis was ordered to pay a compensation worth 10 million rupees. The Supreme Court ordered to distribute 1 million rupees each for the deceased victims of the Easter Sunday attack. The investigations over the Easter Sunday attack were conducted under several areas and 42 indictments have been filed against 79 persons. Former Attorney General Dappula de Oliveira was summoned to Terrorism Investigation Division on the 19th to inquire over a controversial statement made regarding the Easter Sunday attack. A lawyer had appeared on behalf of the former Attorney General to provide necessary submissions.
Meanwhile, a holy mass was conducted at the St. Anthony's Shrine, Kochikade today, marking the 4-year remembrance of the Easter attack. The mass was conducted under the patronage of Archbishop of Colombo, His Eminence Malcolm Cardinal Ranjit. A group of participants arrived at the shrine from Katuapitiya St. Sebastian Church prior to the Holy Mass on foot. His Eminence Malcolm Cardinal Ranjit requested justice for victims of the Easter Sunday bombings. Archbishop of Colombo, His Eminence Malcolm Cardinal Ranjit urged the government and the Attorney General to conduct a comprehensive investigation not only with the recommendations mentioned in the report of the Presidential Commission but also with the information gained from inquiring into the evidence and investigations gathered by the Criminal Investigation Department over the Easter Sunday bombings until November 2019. He said that an emotional transformation can be observed among the people in the country following the Easter Sunday tragedy. He added that the corrupt system to garner votes by promoting disharmony through conflicts among various groups based on their race and religion. Mahasangha, including Venerable Dr. Omal Pisobita Thera, other religious leaders and foreign envoys were present on this occasion. A satyagraha was organized in front of St. Anthony's Shrine. Subsequently, a vigil was conducted in remembrance of the deceased victims. Various programs and services were conducted at Catholic churches in remembrance of the Easter Sunday tragedy yesterday. One of the programs was held at the St. Anthony's Church in Katuapitiya. Subsequently, a march was organized from the church and the march reached the St. Anthony's Shrine in Kochikade via Katunayaka, Ambalanbulla, Tudalla and Kandana. Police media spokesman SSP Attorney at Law Nihal Thalduwa says special security measures have been undertaken while identifying Islamic religious establishments.
Speaking at a media briefing held in Colombo today, he said that the security measures will be implemented surrounding the Islamic religious establishments during the Ramadan period. Police media spokesman SSP Attorney at Law Nihal Thalduwa said that the police headquarters on the 19th issued relevant instructions to the senior DIGs in charge of the provinces as well as to other DIGs and officers. He said that the instructions have been issued to identify the Islamic religious establishments which conduct religious observances and provide security during the Ramadan period. He added that instructions have also been issued to traffic police to make necessary arrangements for the convenience of the devotees. He also added that mobile patrols and night patrols will be deployed during this period. President Ranil Wickremesinghe says the draft of the economic management policy to strengthen the economy of the country will be completed next month.
And the relevant policy draft is expected to be passed in the Parliament. The President made these remarks during his address at the Business Today Top 40 Awards ceremony at the Presidential Secretariat in Colombo yesterday. He also urged the private sector to submit proposals for becoming the engines of Sri Lanka's economic growth. The annual award ceremony to recognize the corporation and companies for their contribution towards the business sector is organized by Business Today magazine. President Wickremesinghe presented awards to 40 veteran businessmen at the award ceremony. He said that the immediate action of the government this month has been to present the IMF arrangement to Parliament and request for support.
We have to ensure that we are a dynamic economy, that we are export-oriented economy. And the major areas would be our decision to enter into the comprehensive economic and technological partnership with India, but also to negotiate to enter the RCEP. So we have to come to the RCEP standard. We can't be lower than that. We have to open up, and after RCEP we should go for the CPTPP, the Comprehensive Progressive Trans-Pacific Partnership. So that means already we are setting the criteria. You have to act according to that. We can't be changing it. So that is the challenge you have. There will be many old areas you can go into, for instance traditional agriculture. It won't be traditional, we have to modernize it. Fisheries have to be modernized. A new approach to tourism, logistics, think big, a green energy, renewable energy, a potential for green hydrogen, technology. We have to focus on artificial intelligence. That's why next year I am setting aside ₹1 billion for artificial intelligence. It's very small, ₹1 billion. But I doubt whether we can spend ₹1 billion next year. It's a new future for you. Are we prepared to grasp it? Completely new education system. When they asked me, I said that we want aim at output of 10,000 engineers a year. We do 2,500. And 5,000 doctors, we do 1,500. These are the opportunities, not to talk of IT technicians and others who are required. It's a large number. Government has about 400 vocational training and technical training institutes. They are looking at working them, if necessary, 2 shifts, and see how the private sector can partner us in this work. So this is part of the future that we are working. Once we open up the economy, we are leaving the growth to private sector. If you want the private sector to be the engines of growth, then come up with a plan and perform the job.
The Met Department says the temperature felt on human body is expected to remain at the caution level at present. The maximum atmospheric temperature was recorded in the Polonnaruwa district yesterday. Heat index, the temperature felt on human body is expected to increase up to caution level at some places in the western, northwestern, northern, north central and eastern provinces and the Monaragala, Ratnapura and Hambantota districts. The maximum atmospheric temperature was recorded from Polonnaruwa and Mullaitivu districts with the temperatures at 36.9 and 36.6 degrees of Celsius respectively. Reports have indicated that heavy showers had occurred in Polonnaruwa district during the evening despite recording the maximum atmospheric temperature yesterday. People in Vavuniya district are experiencing severe difficulties due to the extreme heat condition.
Meanwhile, Bangladesh saw its highest temperature for almost 60 years in the past week, while Thailand reports record equaling heat in the western province of Tak, with the baking weather expected to continue into next week. Sweltering under a blistering sun, people across South and Southeast Asia have been taking cover beneath any shelter they can find as they pray for cooling rains with record temperatures hitting the region. Bangladesh saw its highest temperature for almost 60 years in the past week, forcing the country on Thursday to cut power to millions of people amid a surge in demand for power, resulting in massive electricity supply shortfalls. Meanwhile, in India, at least 13 people died from heat stroke, along with 2 in Thailand. Scientists say global warming is exacerbating adverse weather, with a recent report from UN's Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change warning that every increment of global warming will intensify multiple and concurrent hazards. Thailand's meteorological department said the temperatures hit a record equaling 44.6 degrees Celsius in the western province of Tak, warning that the baking weather would continue into next week. The kingdom typically endures a spell of hotter weather preceding the rainy season, but the sun has shown an extra intensity this time around.
Today is the 21st day of the Sundara Nuwareliya Salalihini Vasanthaya 2023.
And the national television is the media sponsor for Nuwareliya Salalihini Vasanthaya. The Gregory's Mud Challenge 4x4 Championship was commenced today at the 4x4 track in Nuwareliya. Many leading 4x4 drivers and their assistants are taking part in this thrilling two-day contest.
Sri Lanka Insurance Samakin Sundara Nuwareliya.
With that, we move on to a short break. Stay tuned for more stories coming your way afterwards.
තෑගි ඉතිරෙන සම්පත් ඉතුරුම මේ අලුත් අවුරුද්දේ සම්පත් බැංකුවේ ඉතිරෙන්න ඉතිරි කරන සැමට උතුරන්න තෑගි. ඉතුරු කරන සෑම රුපියල් ලක්ෂයකටම වටිනා බහුකාර්ය බෑග් එකක් හෝ ඉමර්ජන්සි LED බල්බ් එකක්. ඉතුරු කරන සෑම රුපියල් 50,000කටම වටිනා කුඩයක් සමග ලන්ච් බෑග් එකක්. ළමා ඉතුරුම් ගිණුමක ඉතුරු කරන සෑම රුපියල් 20,000කටම පාසල් උපකරණ කට්ටලයක්. වැඩි විස්තර සඳහා 0112 30 30 50 අමතන්න. සම්පත් බැංකුව හෙට දින එළිය කරයි.
Welcome back after the break. The government has planned to commence a new electric train line from the tourist hotspot Nanuya railway station to Ragala. Accordingly, Minister Bandula Gunawardena engaged in an observational tour in the area today. The new electric train line will be commenced using the railway track laid during the English rule from Nanuya to Nuwareliya, Kandapula via Ragala. During the visit, the minister inspected the remaining of the oldest railway track at the Nanuya railway station, Blackpool area, Nuwareliya Old Railway Station and Kandapula Old Railway Station. The minister during the visit said that one of the objectives of this project is to transform the Kandapula railway station as one of the most attractive tourist destinations in the country.
Central Bank of Sri Lanka says investigations are underway into the 5 million rupees in 5,000 denominations that was reported missing from a safe of the bank. The central bank said that a shortage of a cash bundle worth 5 million rupees was discovered in a vault of the central bank during the currency operations on the 11th of April. The bank in a statement said that an internal probe into the matter was commenced immediately, while a complaint was also lodged at the Fort Police Station. The police investigation is in progress, the bank said. The central bank further stated that it is taking necessary measures to thoroughly investigate the incident and strengthen the internal controls and processes. The central bank added that it will also continue assisting the police to carry out its investigations.
The Grand Mosque of Colombo has informed that after observing the new moon, a decision has been made to conduct the Eid al-Fitr festival tomorrow.
A special meeting was held at the Grand Mosque of Colombo this evening over the observing of the new moon. Accordingly, the decision has been made to conduct the Eid al-Fitr festival, also known as a Ramazan festival, tomorrow.
UNPFA Sri Lanka together with Japan set to implement a new project to support women and girls' health. The $4.6 million project will provide mobile clinic service and essential commodities to women, girls and vulnerable groups. The project is titled as Ensuring Access to Life-Saving Sexual and Reproductive Health and Providing Gender-Based Violence Prevention and Response Services for Women, Girls and Vulnerable Groups. Increasing cost of medical care and shortage of essential medicines are depriving women and girls of urgent and life-saving basic and comprehensive medical care. UNFPA and the Japanese government expected to work closely with the Ministry of Health, Ministry of Women and Child Affairs and Social Empowerment to save 3 million women, girls and youth in 7 districts and 5 provinces, including northern, eastern and central provinces. The targeted districts were identified by using the district-level poverty rate, incident rate of violence by intimate partners, and the project aims to protect those severely affected by the breakdown of the economy and protracted socio-economic crisis. Ambassador of Japan to Sri Lanka, Mizugoshi Hideaki, stressed the importance of protecting women and girls, especially in vulnerable communities in the rural areas where the access to health service has been a challenge.
People from all across the nation are eagerly joining in for the Vasat Siriya 2023 Sinhala and Tamil New Year celebrations.
And the event will take place at the Shangri-La Green premises in Colombo tomorrow. The event is organized by the Welfare Society of the Presidential Secretariat. Numerous applications have already been received for the Vasat Siriya 2023 out of the Kumara Kumariya contest, marathon race and standard bicycle race. It is noteworthy that young people from rural areas have also come forward to take part in the events, representing different provinces and different ethnic groups. Organized under three categories, namely State, Open and Guest category, Vasat Siriya 2023 consists of many competitive events with many features reflecting local cultural values. All applications are available on the official website www.pmd.gov.lk. Many events have been organized to provide the foreign tourist with an experience in the local culture.
The film Saho, the first cinematic creation of award-winning Professor Aryaratna Athugala, was screened yesterday for the journalists. The screening was held at the Tarangani Cinema Hall. The movie depicts the true story of the present-day university student. The film portrays how the university student grasped the experiences of love, politics and culture. The characters of the film have been built around the protagonist Saho. Minister Bandulu Gunawardena, H.D. Premasari and Ravindra Guruke are the producers of the film. Dasun Patirana and Dinara Punchaheva are portraying characters in the film. The support of the university students has also been obtained to create this cinematic masterpiece. The final rites of former Director News of Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation, late Vanshanatha Vikrama, was held at the Boralesgamuwa Public Cemetery this evening. Many journalists and media professionals were present at the funeral.
Joining Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation in 1982, late Vanshanatha Vikrama served as the Director of News for a long period. He extended his services to the corporation during the 88 to 89 insurrection period. He has also served as Director of Education Division and General Programs Division. The remains of the late Vanshanatha Vikrama were kept at a funeral parlour in Boralesgamuwa, and the final rites were conducted at the Boralesgamuwa Public Cemetery at 5 p.m. today.
That's it for local stories. Stay tuned from news from overseas after this short break.
கணக்கில் அதிர்ஷ்டம் பெறும் எமது வீரனே, நாடு விட்டு நாடு சென்று வென்ற தோழனே, பீப்பிள்ஸ் ரெமிட்டன்ஸ் மூலம் வென்ற சூரனே, உழைப்பினாலே கடமை செய்த பொறுப்பாளனே, கோடி அதிர்ஷ்டம் அல்ல முன்கூட்டிய வாழ்க்கையை வெல்ல, பீப்பிள்ஸ் ரெமிட்டன்ஸ் வரமே கோடி அதிர்ஷ்டம் தருமே.
வாராந்தம் 1 லட்சம் ரூபாய், மாதாந்தம் 1 மில்லியன் ரூபாய், ஆண்டிறுதியில் மாபெரும் சீட்டிருப்பில் 1 கோடி ரூபாய் உட்பட மேலும் பணப்பரிசுகளை வெல்லுங்கள். பீப்பிள்ஸ் ரெமிட்டன்ஸ் கோடி அதிர்ஷ்டம் நேரடியாக அனுப்புங்கள், பெரும் வெற்றி காணுங்கள்.
Welcome back as we take a look at news from overseas. SpaceX's massive Starship has launched but failed to make orbit.
And the Starship is the most powerful rocket ever built and is designed to send astronauts to the moon, Mars or beyond. The stainless steel space vessel, composed of a spacecraft sitting atop the booster rocket, took off from the launch site at Boca Chica, Texas in the United States yesterday morning. The rocket cleared the launch tower and headed into the sky. However, the spacecraft failed to separate from the super heavy booster, with the entire vessel spinning before falling apart technically called a rapid unscheduled disassembly. The behemoth launching system was 120 meters tall, higher than New York City's Statue of Liberty. Its successful takeoff represents a step forward in United States space travel, with the company foreseeing the vessel as a key link in a manned mission one day reaching Mars. The liftoff sets a record for the largest rocket ever to be launched. Meanwhile, Elon Musk has promised a second launch within months. Meanwhile, 5 Indian army soldiers have been killed when rebels fighting against Indian rule ambushed a military vehicle in India administered Kashmir. According to the Indian Army, militants attacked the army vehicle with gunfire in the southern Rajouri sector near the highly militarized line of control that divides Kashmir between India and Pakistan. 5 personnel of the Rashtriya Rifles unit deployed 4 counter-terrorist operations in the area have lost their lives in the incident. The Army's Northern Command said in the statement another soldier was seriously wounded and taken to a military hospital for treatment. Videos from the scene showed an army vehicle engulfed in flames on a highway in the mountainous area. The Indian security forces were searching the area for the attackers.
Creama Kottumi, hot and spicy නව වසරක් වේවා.
In your sports news, the 73rd Battle of the Goals Moratuwa between St. Sebastian's College and Prince of Wales College commenced today. The match is being played at the Desoiser grounds in Moratuwa.
Batting first, St. Sebastian's College declared their first innings at 219 runs with a loss of 7 wickets. Sanesh Fernando scored 114 runs. Tomorrow is the final day of the match. The 63rd Battle of the Mangosteens between Tessa College, Kalatura and Kaltura College was commenced today. Batting first, Kaltura College scored 241 runs for their first innings. At the end of the day, Tessa College is at 34 runs with a loss of 1 wicket. The match is underway at Magonasuri grounds.